Chicago, the good old Windy City, the third biggest city in the United States. Known for our sports team, music talent, famous foods, great scenery, and dance history. But over the last 7 years, the city lost its soul. Among all the violence we deal with here, we're making incredible leaps through Chicago Footwork. We came from the Bud Billiken Parade to tours with Madonna, performing on Ellen DeGeneres, performing at the Super Bowl, international dance tours, and so much more. We even have our own dance workshops now, footwork fitness classes, and various footwork programs for all ages. But regardless of all the accomplishments that we have, Chicago has this black cloud over our city. Footwork saved so many lives, including my own. It's time we make a change together.
Well, when I decided to do a little more with the footwork, me, Tristan, and Steve-O came with Terror Squad, and we did it for the love, the passion. It was, a family, a bond. Now it expanded. Our group is known to the world. We international now, thank God for that. Even with the kids, like now that look up to us, it keeps us to keep going. And there's so many programs now that people are starting. The Open the Circle program with the Era, the Empire is doing things with kids now. Cuban Links, Budilla from Creation Global is opening up things. And then even with my group, with Terror Squad Footwork Company, we got our Pursue Your Passion program. So it's a lot of things that we're doing here to keep these kids alive and keep these kids off the street through dance and footwork. Now with the Chicago Footwork, the music came from tapes to these DJs who are actually working hard, giving the kids something to listen to. They're actually giving the world something to listen to. They're actually coming from tapes and CDs to dropping international albums. Like, these guys are making tremendous steps in music for footwork. And of course, it's not being talked about as much because we got the title of one of the most violent cities in the world. So it's just crazy, man. It's just how the media not really trying to give us a chance here. So we doing what we can to fight back in the more positive ways to save lives.
I believe it does, because where I come from, that's what it was. I was surrounded by violence, I was surrounded by the street dudes and all of that. And the music was an outlet for me to keep me off the block, you know what I'm saying? So the music and the dance really did save my life. And you can hear the aggression or the aggression and the feelings, the emotionalness inside the music, So yeah, it really did take a toll on me, because if I wasn't trying to escape the violence or escape the harsh realities of Chicago, then you wouldn't have the music that I put out. Because I think they should. I think they should ask, they not advertising what we doing because, can I cuss? BS sales, I say it that way, BS sales, you know what I'm saying? So like, if they can showcase all the murders and all of this, that, and the third, then it looks like Chicago is this, which then they can get funding for the police, funding for trying to get the U.S. Marshals in here and all of that, versus showing the good that our music and our lifestyle or our dance is presenting to the world. If they showed that, then a lot of funding to be stopped. I believe, that's what I believe. But yeah, CNN don't show nothing that we doing, you know what I'm saying? And I really think that they should, because it's two sides to every coin, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got the murder rate, yeah, we got this, yeah, we got that, but we also have the good too. We got the music, we got the dance, we got the crews giving back to the communities, and you know what I'm saying, the picnics and all of that stuff, the great music, and it should be showcased, but it's not, because it'll hurt it hurt dollars.
that goes with the music not being promoted in Chicago versus it being promoted in New York or California or in Europe or in Japan somewhere. So yeah, it's a downfall with it if I think if the radio stations and a lot of people of the big producers and the DJs and the movers and shakers in Chicago that do music and they know they have access to radio and all these other situations, then it can flow a little bit better because we've got to remember we had WBMX and the Hot Mix 5 some 30 years ago, and a lot of good music came out through that radio station, and the source of hearing the new music was when we listened to the radio station on a Friday and a Saturday. It's the same way we would listen to Footwork and Juke tracks on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and nobody has a source of where to get it because people are still asking. So yeah, I mean, trying to sum all that up, yeah, it's kind of suffering.
You know, the reason I came up with the Terradome Footwork League was to give adults, teens, kids something to do, something to work for. Yeah, I worked hard to get where I got and got my name in the footwork community and everything. And this is a chance to me giving back to help change somebody's life. It's adults who want to do something with footwork, but they don't have nobody backing them up or encouraging them. Or a lot of people look at me like when it comes to that, I'm inspirational.
My name is Elisha Chandler from Terra Squad Footwork Company. And Terra Squad Footwork Company, we have a program coming up this September. It's called Pursue Your Passion. So what Pursue Your Passion program is pretty much we take kids from ages 7 up to 18 as of right now, and we teach them how to footwork. Not only do we teach them how to footwork, but we give them something to do that'll keep them off the streets, because right now the streets is rough and they're handling children the way they shouldn't be handled. So what we're doing is showing them how to footwork, showing them basics, putting them in battles, having them compete, friendly battles, compete with each other. And what that does is it not only gives them something to do, but it also builds their confidence. A lot of kids lack confidence out here, and without confidence, you can't do a lot. You can't do much. And so our goal is to help the communities by giving the kids something to do, keeping them out of the streets, hopefully pulling down the crime rate, dropping, gang activity, and just giving them positive, fun, safe, dancing, loving environment.
Well, for the most part, we come from Terra Squad. We still a part of Terra Squad. So, when we started the era was made to pretty much propel footwork in the direction that we thought see fit, or what the people that taught us saw fit. But in doing that, we saw other issues along the trail, and we always had an idea to find a way to fund most of the projects that we do inside of the era, and starting not-for-profit was one of the way. But in the course of doing that too, we had conversations with Chance the Rapper, and he emphasized focusing on the kids, focusing on the youth. And I had conversations with a little bit before about, starting a program or finding a way, but at that time she was really just trying to find out how to do it. So we went on ahead and, took the idea and created a program about footwork to focus on the youth. And after that, all of our projects started being youth focused. So in doing that, we've been able to hire a little bit to come teach at our summer camp. Hire Boo Dilla, hire other footworkers, hire J. Ron, hire Hot, hire Bernard, to come be a part of this program to help keep kids pretty much actively doing something, because a lot of After School Matters programs are not there anymore. So, or in the summertime, a lot of kids don't have programs to be a part of it all, they can't afford it. So Open a Circle, we found a way to provide resources to dance groups already active in the community, and bring our camp and our curriculum to them to pretty much transfer everything that we learned over to the youth and give a new birth to footwork to a degree, and watch it grow like a seed to it.
Yeah, and just to add to that, growing up, we had footwork as an outlet, and we were, taught footwork, through people older than us, like Agee, through Terra Squad, through, Steve-O, and to be able to give it back. So this is kind of our first time seeing footwork go to a next generation, because before that it was it kind of was us and we kind of got older in it, but now it's you know what, we have to be the leaders of the community. We can't wait for change to happen, and we can't wait for somebody to come in and do something. We gotta set this stuff in stone ourselves. So what Bob said, starting a non-for-profit and being able to put resources into funding these programs, and being able to be okay, look, I got a job teaching kids footwork, not to say that back then it wasn't right, because we was, traveling 15 on the bus, going here, going there, all in the hundreds, in the low end, that ain't necessarily the safest way to learn. That's how we learned it, but now it's to a point where we come into facilities like Tish Spot, like Shakuna Spot, or Chum, whatever spot, to really let's show y'all in a setting that's that's trusted, that's not somewhere on 83rd and somebody's basement or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not to say that there was nothing wrong with that, but it's just it's we maturing. So footwork is kind of growing in a way that's it's in a good direction.
Yeah. Especially speaking on, because footwork comes necessarily from the dance community to a degree. So over the years, the dance community and the footwork community kind of split to a degree, and we noticed it, and noticed that it was a real issue in the community, because footwork was being left out of dance downs. These kids are doing having majorette battles to footwork tracks, but not footwork, being scared to footwork. So we saw that need and necessary for us to bring this curriculum to them, to merge footwork back with its original format, back where it originally, its purest form, which is from a dance down to a degree. And it's 2 years later, and we brought in over what 50 to 200, about 50 to, it's a large scale, 50 to 200 kids over the past 2 years, and we actually can feel and see the change in the kids. We can see them developing over time. Like, we don't expect the kids to get great in a year. Like, we need 2 years, 3 years. So it gives us a reason to continue the program, and also continue to give them an outlet so they can be creative and inside this culture and enjoy the culture that they, we grew up loving and grew up a part of.
Well, real quick, Empire Dance Company, actually, we started off as one unit. You know what I'm saying? With a lot of violence that's going on, and actually us, the areas that a lot of the kids come from. Even me, I was in middle class, plus now I get to experience, more of the areas where the kids really don't have it. So within violence, in order for us to stop that, we continued and started a dance team on the other side of where I came from. We started with one team, ended up chopping that down because we had teens, we didn't want them to be with the adults, we had peewees, we didn't want them to be with the teens. So the fact that I was able to...
it was leaders who still wanted to also dance, but they wanted to run their own company.
Exactly,
own dance team
right,
too.
so we had an adult section, but everything that I learned growing up, and we made it and put it into our company. So therefore, that's why we're an institute now, the Empire Dance Institute. Exactly. And within the institute, the dance company is only one department of many, of 6. Mentoring, gymnastics, majorettes, we got the after school program, dance academic program. We got a lot of things under the institute. The fact that we got a lot of violence going on, the actual dance company is what give people a chance to basically express themselves. A lot of times our doors is always open, so therefore they don't have enough time, you know what I'm saying, to be out there doing anything of that sort.
By us being in Chicago, it's a lot of kids that's going through a lot of different things, trials and tribulations, a lot of different turmoils. Most of these kids don't have father figures, big brothers, or any of those type of things, So a lot of them result to the street violence and the gangs and stuff like that or whatever, I was a prime example of that myself too or whatever, but the dance saved a lot of us. You could have either went down the wrong path or you could have went down the right path, and me, myself, and a lot of these other, leaders that's over these youth organizations, they prime examples of you can't make it out, so Empire is definitely a safe haven program for all the youth, and it's an eye opener also, to let people know like you can make it out.
Yeah, I just chose to keep them out of trouble because I went down a route that I wasn't supposed to go down, and I ain't had nobody to show me. So with that being said, I took a little bit from what I learned from other people who I was around, and then I put it to use for myself. And ever since I did it, it's been a success for me. So I'm gonna keep it up.
This is the heart of Chicago. It's time we make a change for our city through footwork music and the art of footwork. It saved all our lives. And we promise to never stop trying to save lives through footwork. So let's make a change, Chicago. Let's do it. Together. We are Chicago Footwork.